Are you thinking of tying the knot in China? Or maybe you already have, but are at that stage where you're just ready to throw your wedding ring into the Pearl River. Either way, if you're planning on getting married here in China or kicking your significant other to the curb, there are some things that you should know first. Now, as a news anchor, you can sometimes become desensitized to the news, but every now and then a story jumps out at you that makes you really pay attention. Recently, I reported on what is called the Civil Code, something that was recently introduced in China, which, trust me, is definitely something you need to dedicate hours of your life to if you want to read through it thoroughly. But one aspect of the code really caught my eye: a divorce cooling off period. That's right, under the Civil Code, which came into effect on January 1st, 2021, married couples in China that have basically had the with each other will have to go through a 30-day cooling off period before their divorce applications are finalized. So this got me thinking, like, if I were married and I wanted out, wouldn't a 30-day waiting period just be an added frustration? And what about people who are trapped in dangerous circumstances, like, for example, those experiencing domestic abuse? Well, I looked into the story further, and I found out a few things that were quite interesting. Firstly, the cooling off period only applies to divorce cases where both parties have agreed to the divorce. In other words, an amicable divorce. But if both sides want out, why wait? I mean, why put something off to tomorrow if you can get it done today? Well, apparently the cooling off period is designed so that people who want a divorce will have time to go away and think about whether or not that is truly what they want or need. It also means that they have about 1 month to sort out their affairs, including what happens to their kids and how the divorce will affect their families. Now, this is actually important because there's a saying in China that goes, when you marry someone, you don't just marry that individual, you marry their entire family. So divorces really can mess things up for a lot of people here. Oh, and earlier I mentioned domestic abuse. Now, this 30-day cooling off period rule for married couples calling it quits does not apply in cases of domestic abuse. The Civil Code also spells out clearly what is considered domestic abuse here in China, and it's not limited to physical violence. It also covers verbal abuse, threats, blackmail, and having your rights or freedoms taken away by your spouse, among other dastardly deeds. So the 30-day rule won't affect people that need out of a marriage for reasons other than just the fact that they don't love their partner anymore, or, I don't know, because their husband's beer belly has grown too large, or whatever. Anyway, from there, I looked into the actual process of getting a divorce now here in China. I know, I don't even have a girlfriend, so I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. But once you jump down that rabbit hole, it's not so easy to climb out. Anyway, now what you need to do is first hand in your application. Wait until the Civil Affairs Department has recognized that they have received the application. Then wait again until the department has reviewed all of the necessary materials. And then finally, the divorce papers will be issued. But, and this is a big but, you can only get your hands on those divorce papers after 30 days. This is the new 30-day cooling off period. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If after 30 days nobody goes to collect the divorce papers, the application will be considered as being withdrawn. So in that case, you'll technically still be married. So you want to make sure to pick those papers up. Anyway, basically now in China, it takes longer to get a divorce. But I was also interested to know whether or not similar practices take place around the world, and it turns out the answer is yes. In Colorado, for example, they have a 91-day delay period, although that technically isn't a cooling off period. While where I'm from, in Queensland, you need to lodge a notice of intended marriage at least 1 month before you intend to tie the knot. I guess that means you won't see any drunken Vegas-style weddings in Vegas. Anyway, I would be interested to hear your thoughts on this 30-day cooling off period for divorce here in China. Do you think it's a good idea? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to give this video a like. And if you enjoy this video, please subscribe. It would really be a great help. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I have to apologize because I originally planned to be out on the streets for a walk and talk for this video, but this happened. I was playing cricket and I caught the ball with my finger. So yeah, hopefully I'll be better sooner rather than later, and we can get back out there and start exploring Guangzhou again. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.